I want to tell stories about farm workers because I was one.
I want to tell stories about what happens to families when they migrate to the United States and all of a sudden they find themselves being considered a different ethnicity.
I want to tell stories about people who are doing really cool things but aren't necessarily making headlines.
So I want to tell stories about the people in the communities trying to make change across this country.
I want to tell the stories of an America that looks like me, sounds like me, that it's not hyphenated, it's not one culture.
I want to tell stories that draw out voices that have been historically left out of the picture.
I want to tell stories that clear up the misconceptions about what the refugee experience really is.
I want to tell stories about how what happens in Washington affects people in their homes.
I think the concept of creating a crowdfunding campaign to tell these voices and to support the people as they're telling their voices, that's pretty revolutionary in new media.
In the changing of America, we don't have many outlets to tell our stories.
Too much media rely on so-called experts when reporting on refugees or immigrants, and not people who have lived on-the-ground experience.
There's all this talk about mainstream media and how there needs to be more diversity, as if there aren't that many people of color making stuff, when in reality there are like a ton of people making really cool stuff.
There are people who are in their own spaces doing the work, telling the stories.
I learn something new every time I listen or read a global nation story.
Now we want more of you to tell these stories.
Whether it's healthcare, immigration.
I want to hear about their experiences once they've gotten here. I want to hear about what their lives were like before they came to the United States.
National security, criminal justice.
We value new voices, and because of that, we want to pay them for their work.
It's connecting people who are doing the work and who have been doing the work for a really long time.